Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. So, I've just done the new episode of Benidorm, the latest episode of Benidorm, and now I'm going to do the next episode of Thin Blue Line. Because, well, episode 2 was a while ago now, so I thought I better date this with a new episode. So, let's get into this one. It's called Honey Trap. Yeah. That's it, undo the laces! Okay. Yep. Just you do you. What's he gonna do?
Hello, darling. Well, I hope I didn't wake you.
Not at all. It's the first time you've made my headboard rattle this year. I wouldn't have wanted to miss that. Where have you been?
You know where I've been, my petal? At my pub quiz night.
The pub's closed at 11.
Yes, that's true. But I've been buying you a present.
What?
A kebab.
Kebab!
I don't want your horrid kebab. Raymond, is that lipstick on your collar?
No, it's ketchup. I remember now. Constable Habib was eating ketchupy chips when I kissed her.
Ketchupy chips.
Kissed Constable Habib.
We're through to the local final, Patricia. We're one game away from the trophy.
Oh.
So you kissed Maggie Habib?
Yes, I very nearly kissed Constable Cray as well. Loathsome man as he is, he does know the half-time scores of every cup final since 1918.
Oh.
Another one bites the dust. You know how much the quiz trophy means to me. It's the only glittering prize I've ever truly coveted.
So you kissed Maggie Habib?
She's still on
I'll
that.
tell you how wonderful she is.
Well, don't.
It was all down to the last question, you see. I'd been stumped on the name of the Chancellor in Disraeli's second administration. I mean, would you believe it, Mr. Thicky or what? Now, that oaf Cray had gone completely to pieces over the 1932 Soviet discus team. Friend, things were looking pretty bleak until Habib, dear, beautiful, clever little Constable Habib, pulled off a stunning coup by knowing the names of all a gorilla's vertebrae. What a woman. Darling, what's the matter?
Nothing, really, it's nothing.
Oh, that's all right then. I thought you were upset or something. Well, I'm going to brush my teeth.
It's just I can't remember the last time you said what a wonderful woman I was.
Oh, come on, darling. You don't know the skeletal composition of the gorilla family. Be serious.
Wow.
Morning. Morning. Morning, everyone. Good morning. annoyed with me, are you, Sergeant?
No, not at all.
It's just that at breakfast I couldn't help noticing that you crunched your cornflakes in rather an aggressive manner.
Did I?
And you did make my tea with cold water. And yesterday's tea bag.
Oh!
In my bicycle helmet. Not that it wasn't lovely. Most refreshing.
Raymond, I am not in the slightest bit angry.
Good, good. So the Brillo pad in my shredded wheat was a mistake. Ah, Craig!
Did you try and kill him?
What are you eating?
Breakfast, isn't it? Beef and onion pie. Do you want a bit?
Onion pie
For
spit it out,
breakfast?
man. Haven't you heard of mad cow disease?
Come on, sir. No one worries about that anymore.
Nobody worries about cricketers chewing gum and spitting anymore, but that doesn't mean to say that it has ceased to be a national disgrace.
Can't go without my beef.
Personally, I don't believe all those stories anyway. As far as I'm concerned, you could get more sense out of a British cow than you will out of a whole packet of German sausages.
Very possibly. But the final of the pub quiz is only a week away. You can take no chances. From now on, I suggest you eat only fish, preferably raw. Seafood is brain.
Raw
That's true,
fish?
sir. Murgatroyd, who lives next door to me, eats nothing but fish. And she can lick her own backside, which I think is very...
It's a cat!
Would I be right in assuming that Murgatroyd is a cat?
Yes.
No, sir, she's a contortionist.
Oh!
I've got a tough job on Raymond and I need your cooperation. Now, it's pretty urgent,
Oh, dear.
so I won't beat about the proverbial privet. Frankly, I'm too busy a man to be clucking away like a decapitated feathered fowl. So I'll get straight to the point.
I'm delighted to hear it.
Time waits for no man, as the proverb goes, and what I say is, in CID, crime waits for no man. So if you don't mind, I shall cut the bovine feces altogether. This is CID work, Raymond, and in CID we dispense with niceties. We avoid...
I love when comedies do this, where they have a character saying, I'm not going to beat around the bush, but then they proceed to beat around the bush for about 2 minutes.
irrelevance, we disregard herrings, red or otherwise, and above all, we do not fanny about.
Funny about it. Even the funnying about is his favourite phrase, isn't it?
Inspector Grimm, was there something you wanted to discuss?
Yeah, he hasn't even said the thing.
To be blunt, Raymond, I need a woman, and I want your help.
Well, Derek, I'm glad you felt able to come to me about it. How strong are these urges? And how
Yeah,
long-
you don't want advice on women from him.
A police woman, you idiot.
Oh.
I've been on to a major local villain for months, but he's slippery, like an owl.
What?
He does, however, have a weakness, and that weakness is totty. Totty?
Totty.
Birds, bints, anything in a skirt, barring a Scotsman. He's a ladies' man.
Good one.
Are you suggesting an entrapment operation?
Not entrapment, Raymond. Entrapment is, as you know, illegal. But blokes drop their guard with girls. They don't think of the consequences. Blimey, we've all done it. You get all stupid with some young lovely, and before you know it, you're bald, 40, sitting in the car park at Sainsbury's home base. No, I want someone with brains. Brains and beauty.
What's there?
Thank you.
Oh, no.
I want Habib.
Well, you cannot have her. I strongly disapprove of this type of dubious underhand operation.
We're not talking about a honey trap, just a bit of intelligence gathering. CID cannot operate without intelligence.
You seem to have managed very well up
I was literally just about to make the exact same joke, or very close.
The law. If you're not careful, division will hand it over and we'll have the flying squad back.
You really think so?
Of course we will, if all we're doing is fannying about.
Much care for the flying squad, I must say. Arrogant oafs to a man. You know, the last time they were here, one of them left chewing gum stuck under my desk. What sort of mentality? The state of the lavatories.
Oh.
It was almost as if they were aiming for the floor. These men trained marksman. All I can say is, if you're ever cornered by one, head for the jets and hide in your rifle because they're incapable of hitting it.
That is it!
And if you don't want them round here chewing gum and dampening our facilities, you better start cooperating with me.
Looks like he's gonna have to.
Well, do it discreetly. It's not the sort of operation that wants to be blabbed round the station. Tell no one but Habib.
I don't need to be told my duty, Inspector Grim.
Well, I hope not. Because it's my backside on the line and I'm right up to my neck in it.
Constable Habib. Come in.
Oh, God.
Now then, I've asked you to come and see me on a matter of considerable delicacy.
Right you are, Inspector. You can trust me.
I sincerely hope I can, because I wish to discuss an extremely sensitive operation.
Oh, I see. My dad's just had one of those. Bowel complaints are very common in men of your age.
I'm talking about a police operation, Constable Habib.
Oh, I see, sir. Sorry.
What is more, for the record, my bowels are in perfect working order.
Are they?
You can set your watch by them.
No
I
thanks.
haven't missed an evacuation in 25 years of public service. However, I'm not here to discuss my quite excellent digestive system. I'm here to discuss a police matter. You are to be seconded to the Criminal Investigations Department.
CID!
Yes, the CID, if you must. Although it's beyond me why perfectly serviceable sentences must always be reduced to graceless, lifeless initials. Why, when Mark Antony stood bestride Caesar's grave declaiming friends, Romans, countrymen, would he have done better to say FRCs?
Time, sir. Initials are easier and quicker.
Yes, but does that make them better? Life would be easier and quicker if we popped our clogs at birth. That way we would avoid all those slow, troublesome things like long walks in the country, games of chess, long, languid, lingering... what's the word?
Sex?
Well, I was going to say Amontillado sherries before lunch, but... Yes, if you like, sex. Would you prefer sex, Constable Habib, if it was quick and easy?
Oh my God!
Yes, Sergeant. Was there something?
This Constable.
That could not have gone any better for me and any worse for him. Hold on, guys. As I said, yeah, it's ready to go. There we go. Benidorm new episode now available. And again, bear with me as I begin uploading. It to YouTube also. Bear with me a sec. Well, this is a Patreon exclusive show anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Yep. Right, I'm just gonna put it on private and finish this all off later. Right, let's go. Crack on.
Constable Habib doing in your office?
Bah, now that I cannot say, Sergeant. Constable Habib and I were discussing something which must remain private between the two of us.
Private?
I fear so. Now what can I do for you?
There's a delivery for you. Constable Goody!
We've got the new sir.
Oh.
That's right.
The beautiful it is. Beautiful and shiny. A beautiful and shiny
Try to think what it could be. No idea.
I ordered an
And now it's come. Frank's just been polishing it up. Come on, Frank. Show Inspector Fowler his new
new desk crest, ER.
Yes, that's right.
Elizabeth Regina.
Goody, this is a royal crest.
Am I?
Are you not?
And if you knew, that this crest represented the authority of Her Majesty the Queen. What in the devil's briefcase did you imagine ER stood for?
What's in the devil's briefcase? I'm gonna use that. That is brilliant.
Her in the palace.
Elizabeth Regina. It stands for Elizabeth Regina.
What does ER stand for, Goody? In the palace.
Well, I never knew that. I thought it stood for extremely royal.
Stop!
Initials, isn't it, sir? Are they graceless and lifeless?
Don't be clever, Abby. Public mistrust clever police officers. They think they're up to something.
Oh, God.
Clear off, you lot, and hang that crest above the front desk. I'm in the middle of an extremely sensitive meeting. I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to leave too, Sergeant.
You're throwing me out of your office.
Reluctantly, I'm afraid that I am. You see, I wish to be alone with Constable Habib.
Ooh.
You do understand, don't you, Sergeant?
Oh, yes. I understand very well.
Well, I must say this Earl will look very well up on the wall.
Tell you what, Frank, you need a big hat to pin that badge on.
Muppet.
So, Constable Habib, you are to be the bait in a honey trap. You are to dress up in your finest stockings, miniskirt, and boob tube.
Boob tube.
Stare a hard-bitten thug into your section.
You know, Rowan Atkinson, he's got pronunciation of certain words and the way certain words end down to it's like a science, you know. He showcased it very well on Top Gear when he was on as a guest once, you know. What did he do? Airbag. The Dion Bouton.
I envy you, Constable Habib. I don't get much for such an opportunity to serve like a gentleman.
Well, sir, I could lend you a pair of ties.
Don't be facetious, Habib. Now, if my experience in amateur drama has taught me anything, it is that there's more to acting than putting on the tights. One must immerse oneself in a role, live it, breathe it. When I was in Henry V, I often came to work with a codpiece under my trousers.
Did you play Henry V, sir?
Well, not quite Henry, no. I played man. The point is that if you take this job on, from tomorrow morning, you will no longer be Constable Habib. Stern, steady, and a credit to the service. You will instead be a right saucy bit of brisket.
Oh, thanks.
Now, will you do it?
Well, it's got to be better than collaring shoplifters in the high street, hasn't it?
Good. Let's go and see Inspector Grimm. Oh, but just before we do, one final thing. Give me the first 6 primary numbers.
1, 3, 5, 7, 11, and 13, sir.
State the periodic symbols of iron and gold.
FE and AU, sir.
The quiz final is 6 days from now. How long is that in half hours?
288, sir.
Really? In between police business?
Well, Habib, you really are
Practicing for some poxy pub quiz?
good.
I do my best, sir.
Oh my God, they've just walked out of the office and he's like, "You're very good." I mean, we know that there's nothing going on between these two, but his wife doesn't know that. From her perspective, there's only one thing she can deduce from, yeah. Oh dear. Come here,
Are you
you.
ready for such a hard one?
What was that about a hard one?
Well, Habib, you really are very good.
I do my best, sir. Bit of a facer at the end. I must say, I wasn't really ready for such a hard one.
Come here. Wow.
Abby, what do you think you're doing? You can't come to work looking like a tart. I've a good mind to have you disciplined. It's all right. Inspector Wallace said he wanted me to dress like this.
Come here. Oh, God. Yeah, this is not going well.
Inspector Fowler asked you to dress like that. That's right. He said he wanted me to look dead sexy. What do you think of that? My name is Sergeant Dawkins, Constable. Why did Inspector Fowler ask you to dress like that? He said I wasn't to tell anyone.
Ah, Constable Habib. Habib. That's what I like to see. Splendid, splendid. Come on through to the briefing room. Now, remember what I said about acting, Habib. Live your character, live it, because your life may depend on it.
Right you are, big boy. I love a man in a uniform. Is that a truncheon in your pocket? Or are you just pleased to see me?
Actually, it's a mouse.
Right then. Constable Habib, you're with CID now. And in CID we do things a bit differently. Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
When you run us up the flagpole, you'll find you're saluting a very different kettle of fish.
You know, you could be a bit tasty, Inspector. I mean, if you had hair on your head instead of your face.
Well done, Habib.
Sorry I'm late. I've been down a frog and truncheon setting up a narc.
You didn't drink. Tell me you didn't drink.
Of course not, sir. I never drink on duty. I only had 3 pints.
Pints? Have you any idea how many brain cells 1 unit of alcohol destroys?
Don't worry, I don't think he's got many of those to look after anyway.
Who won the FA Cup final in 1953?
Blackpool. They beat Bolton Wanderers 4-3.
You said You're umming, man. That's the alcohol, umming. Only boozers and losers
You're umming, man.
You're in the middle of an
What
extremely...
year was synchronised swimming admitted as an Olympic sport?
1984.
Now you're erring. First you and then you err. It's a short step from that to hang on.
Don't start with an again. We've already had one scene with an
I know this one. Could you repeat the question? Pull yourself together, you foul drunken. Jane sits to the left of Fred, who is 2 seats down from Tony, who sits to the right of Jane and next to the fire extinguisher. Each seat has a width of 2.5 feet, and there's 9 inches between them. In the event of a fire, how far will Fred have to travel to reach the fire extinguisher?
Tony will already grabbed it.
Tony and Jane have fainted from fear.
Inspector Fowler, we are discussing a dangerous operation. You're on duty, man. Pull yourself together.
I'm sorry, you're quite right. I will not mention the quiz again. Except to say that victory will bring honour to the whole station. Honour and a big...
I think solving a crime would bring honour to the station. Winning some shitty pub quiz, not exactly going to be... It's not going to exactly go that far in getting the chief of the station any closer to his CBE, is it?
Cup.
A big cup.
Shiny cup. Not that one covered such trinkets, of course, but a cup that this pathetic alcoholic, the sad, raddled, beer-soaked dipsomaniac, who will no doubt arrive at the final mounted on a pink elephant, chooses to put at risk. I'm sorry. Please proceed. I will not disturb you or mention the quiz final ever again.
Won't
Well,
you?
I'm very glad to hear it. Right, now, the meeting will take place at the old priest's hole.
What is that? Oh, the old priest hole is the venue for the pub quiz final.
Really?
Definitely.
Well, Fowler, I'm afraid that means that Habib is off your quiz team.
But she's my star striker.
Exactly. And if she turns up at our villain's boozer as the star of Gaspeth Police quiz team, there's just a chance he might work out she's a copper.
Yeah. Very true.
Excuse me, Sergeant Darling. May I have a word?
It's your police station. You can talk to who you like, I suppose.
Yes, well, the point is that I need another man for my quiz team. And when I say man, I mean, of course, man or person. Now, you've got a pretty good brain, old girl. Senile dementia not quite set in yet, I hope. Now, you wouldn't be much good on pop music or fashion, but I would imagine you'd play a pretty straight bat when it came to post-war politics or matters pertaining to gardening and plumbing. So how about it?
I can't imagine why you would want another player. After all, you have Constable Habib, the finest brain and the shortest skirt in the force.
Yes, well, there's no doubt that Habib is an extraordinary woman. But I'm afraid she cannot compete. I have other duties for her.
What other duties, Raymond? What is going on?
I've told you, Patricia, and that's the end of it. And anyway, does our team really need her? I mean, she's bright, she's charismatic, she's a natural star, but is that what we want, I ask? And I answer, no.
Right.
Give me a good, honest, plain, solid, workaday team player like dear old Pat.
I wouldn't join your quiz team if it was the only thing that stood between you and disemboweling with a blunt truncheon.
Goody, Gladstone, in the briefing room. Leave the
Leave the
leave it. All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question. And I want you to answer to the best of your ability. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Just one question, sir.
Yes, just the one question.
No, I mean, may I ask a question about your question, please?
Yes, if you must.
Thank you, sir. Is that the question?
Is what the question?
If we understand.
Understand what?
That you're going to ask us a question.
Is the question whether you understand the fact that I'm going to ask you a question?
Yes, sir. You see, you said you were going to ask us a question. And then you asked us if we understood. Now, I was wondering if that was the question. Or just a sub-question, and that the real question was still to come.
Congratulations, Goody. You've just failed your trial for the quiz team. Get out.
Yes, sir.
I was captain of a pub quiz side once, sir.
Were you really?
Oh, yes. I remember telling the lads before first match, memory and detail.
Let me guess, they lost.
Those be our bywords. Memory, 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 detail, detail, detail.
Well, excellent advice, Gladstone. And how did your team fare?
I don't know, I forgot where the pub was, sir. Sir, you know the name of our team is called Gasforth Police Station?
Oh dear.
Yes, very good. But I fear that the questions are likely to be slightly more taxing. What is the name of your team?
I was just thinking, it doesn't say that the players actually have to be coppers, does it, sir?
How far will Fred have to travel to reach
No.
the fire extinguisher?
What?
Who cares?
I don't think you're trying hard enough, Constable.
Did you show him plenty of leg?
Excuse me? If this skirt were any shorter, it'd be a belt.
Babe, this bloke is a hardened villain. He's not going to incriminate himself for a flash of gossip.
You've got to go further. Offered a lot.
Do what?
Oh, God, I suppose I'll have to show you. Constable Cray, you be the mark.
Please
now, this
don't.
is how to be sexy. Of course, you've got to imagine the skirt.
So, do you want another drink, love?
Oh, I shouldn't really. I get so randy.
Oh, go on then, lover. Give me a big one.
Excuse me. Are we trying to make him confess or throw up?
Look, Inspector Grimm, with all due respect to your suppressed sexuality, I haven't got a problem giving him the come on. I've been beating him off with a bottle of brown ale. It just isn't making him blab, that's all.
You got to make him think that you like sleeping with villains. And it turns you on.
No, I will not have it. That is blatant entrapment. It is not the job of the police to provoke people into breaking the law.
You can't provoke them if they don't want to do it. We've come this far, she's got to go the last mile.
What do you think, sir? Soliciting a crime is an offence.
I know, Constable. I utterly deplore this type of operation. But, well, we've come this far, and if we can just get this business over with before the pub quiz final, then you can be back on the team.
That's all that matters to him, isn't it? Literally the only thing.
Well, Habib, you don't look very happy. What's Inspector Fowler asked you to do now? He's asking me to go a lot further than I feel comfortable with. Personally, I think it's a bit immoral. And I think he does too.
Francis, Sergeant Dawkins, have you run mad?
No, I have not. I have come to my senses.
You've destroyed Her Majesty's crest. The very symbol of all the values that I stand for.
You don't stand for any values. I've seen what you're doing to Constable Habib. You viper, you rat.
So you know about Habib, do you?
Yes, I do.
You were right to destroy the crest. I should never have gone along with Grimm's entrapment operation in the first place, let alone hurry it on so that Habib could rejoin my quiz team.
Entrapment operation.
Well, yes, but you must have known that then. That's why you destroyed the crest. Unless you placed some other interpretation upon my activities with Constable Habib.
No. I had the whole thing worked out. Short skirts, secret meetings, entrapment operation. Plain as day. Absolutely knew all along.
I should never have agreed to Grimm's appalling methods. If I had not, I would still have my honour, my crest, and a full quiz team. As it is.
Literally, it's the only thing that he cares about at this point. Just the quiz. Nothing else in life matters to this bloke now.
I have nothing.
Dear, oh dear, Raymond, you don't go on with your high and mighty up your jacksy, snooty, snotty, dib-dib-dob, excuse me, scouts on a not bleeding croquet load of old cobblers. I suppose when Anthony comes in here with our man, you'll mind taking half the credit, will you? No, you'll be in there for the glory, won't you?
On the contrary, Derek, I want no further part of this matter.
So the full and complete credit goes to CID? The whole thing is mine? I shall hold you to that, Raymond.
I bet you will.
Oh, yes.
Evening, Mr. Green. Evening, Mr. Fowler.
Well. Terry the Tank.
Terry the
The
Tank!
arrest has been made already. Well done, Constable. I shall handle this, Raymond, as agreed.
Sir, I don't think you understand.
She hasn't arrested me. I've arrested her. Done a citizen's arrest. Bleeding little cop of tart. Here I was trying to get me leg over, and all she's interested in is me pump action. Entrapment, that's what this is. And I want to make a very serious complaint.
Well, Inspector Grimm, I believe you were anxious to take full and complete credit for this operation.
It's turned round! Right at the last second, it's like, no, you can have full credit. And it's at that exact moment that it's turned into a complete up.
Now's your chance. I love you. You know that, don't you? I love you, I love you, I love you.
He's not talking to her,
You're
is he?
all I've ever wanted. Holding you like...
So, because of what just happened, the operation ended sooner than expected. Constable Habib was able to go to the quiz after all. They won, and now the shiny cup is in their bedroom, and he is laid on his bed facing the cup, saying all these things to the cup and not her. I'm telling you now, that is what's happening. I bet every penny I make on the Patreon next month, that's what's happening.
This in my arms makes me the happiest...
Where? There you go! What did I say?
But then you know that, don't you? And I'll never, ever let you go.
Shut up, Raymond.
Jesus Christ. Oh. And there you go. That's the end. Well, that was a great episode, if I do say so myself. Very, very funny. I really enjoyed that. The entire episode, she thought that he was... What are you doing? Yeah, she thought he was getting it on with Constable Habib, and he wasn't. It was so funny. Yeah, what'd you get, man? I wasn't ready for such a hard one. Ah. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, I thought I'd do this as a bonus episode. Instead of just putting one video up on the Patreon tonight, which was the next episode of Benidorm, which, you know, is going on YouTube straight away. This is an actual exclusive series, this, so I, you know, thought it was only fair to make sure that there's an exclusive, bit of exclusive content going up on the channel, on the Patreon tonight as well. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to go and watch the video that I put up regarding, it was a video announcement. Where is it? This video here. So please go to this video and watch it. In fact, I'm going to pin it to the top of the Patreon so that people can't miss it. There. So it's pinned now. You can't miss it. Go and watch that video and listen very carefully and follow the instructions therein. And the sooner people start getting involved with that, the sooner I can get on with doing what will happen as a result of you all getting involved in that. So there you go. That was episode 3 of The Thin Blue Line. It was very, 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 very funny. And, yeah, I look forward to the next episode. As for tomorrow, don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I guess we'll see. Yes. And this week, there'll be another announcement coming up shortly. But there's a possibility that this week there might be a new series starting. But I'm not going to say that it's definite. I'm still not sure. I don't know whether to start a new series or ask people about it or put a vote out regarding the idea that I've got. But you'll find out one way or another, won't you? Pretty soon when I've decided, so keep an eye out for that. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you've had a good day so far, and I'll see you in the next video. Good night.